Thank you, Nadja, for the same 70 months. What do you get when you give Anne French fry the piss chan hair? That's right. One piss. Oh, fucking hell. How strong disabling is your narcolepsy? Extremely. I don't like to talk about it, and I kind of downplay it on stream because I don't want to be one of those kind of people that whines about it, and even then I still whine about it probably too much. Narcolepsy is incredibly debilitating. And my like strain of narcolepsy or flavor of whatever narcolepsy is actually probably too mild to moderate. It's not even as bad as it gets. It's 2 fits here? Nope. Case in point, I had an incredibly difficult time waking up this morning. I still did, but it was very, very hard. I don't know how long I spent in the bathroom just staring sleepily at myself in the mirror. Just, I don't even know if I was saying it out loud or if I was still kind of half asleep, just being like, don't go back to sleep, 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 we're not going back to sleep. It's kind of weird things too, is that dreams can be very, because narcoleptics dream so vividly, dreams can be very confusing, and can also disrupt your sleep. Like, my dream last night was that I was, like, I must be abiotic factor informed. Like, I was stuck in this, like, big, huge university/factory thing, and for whatever reason, I didn't have a room, and I had to find a place to sleep, and I decided to sleep in this, like, this small, like, hole that was, like, really high up that had a huge drop below it, but because it was a hole, I got to, like, rest myself in it like a hammock. I don't know why this made sense in my dream. And then I woke up, like, kind of tossing and turning, about to fall down into the hole. And then I realized I better wake up and find a different place to sleep that's safer, even though it was comfortable. And then because of that, I woke up in real life and started walking around the apartment, trying to find a better place to sleep. And then I was like, we're just awake now, right? We're not going back to sleep because it's dangerous. And I went back to bed, looked at the bed, and went, you fucking idiot, we're not sleeping on a hole. We're sleeping in fucking bed, just go back to sleep. It was just stuff like that happens a lot. I know maybe that sounds insane to some of you, because it is, but like, there's like sleep-induced madness that comes around like waking and sleeping hours. The voice behind you said, I love coffee in my coffee hole. Yeah. Thank you, Talisman G1, for the 96 months. Holy fuck. I've been sub for 8 years. I'm 8 years subbed, Henry, now. Thank you, Dominic, for the bits. Hey, Joe, birthday pervert here. Is it your birthday, or are you just celebrating the day that you became a pervert? Might be the same day, actually. Since Metaphor is right around the corner, I might as well ask about the whole mod marble thing, because let's be real, the little sword next to my name is a key to the city or Nobel Peace Prize kind of deal, and how fake it is. So I won't be mad if I ain't got it. Of course you got it. Anyway, excited to have another cake from my good friend Bill Nye. Oh. Hopefully it tastes better this time, but I won't complain about free cake. What about a free pie? I guess he would have commented on it if he could hear. Aw, fuck you, Yoko Taro. Fuck you specifically. Yoko Taro in the chat, why he say fuck me for? Because you're making me do the fucking Sokoban puzzles again. Fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. Aw, unforgivable. How do games know? Like, if the weapon model is going through the wall, how do they make the wall say, no, the hitbox doesn't go through, it stops? How do they do that? I guess some games don't do it very well, and it makes it so the hitbox just gets annihilated, so even if there was something next to me, it still wouldn't hit? I wonder how they do that. Raycasting? My understanding is that raycasts have only been around for, like, a little under 2 decades? Or have they been around for longer than that and I'm getting it confused with something else? Vectors, I guess? Good guess, yeah. You just say vectors and you're probably right. If wall equals true, don't. Make a distance check. If the wall gets hit first, you stop the collision. How does it only get rid of the hitbox that hits the wall, though? Like, if I'm here, right, and there's an enemy on the other side of the wall, and I do a sweeping attack, right? I would expect that I would still do damage to the enemy that's next to me in this room, but I wouldn't do damage to the one through the wall. So it's nullifying the hitbox, like, through the wall. The wall is preventing the hitbox from continuing through there. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it would just break. It first checks if there's a wall between them. So there's a constant check running through the code. Is there a wall here? I'm sorry, that's what I mean. When the attack is going through, it's checking for a wall. They still process the hit and only apply the damage if it's not obstructed. Okay, I like an example to understand this, but fair enough. It's a bit abstract, yeah. That's a very polite way of saying that I'm slow. Thank you, Boulder. Shouldn't it still do damage to them, though, because it's using a raycast in their shadows? Essentially checks their targets in the hitbox, then does a ray check toward the potential target to see if it's obstructed. If not, then apply damage, else not, nothing. Okay. Do you think of it in a game that does it poorly, that it doesn't always work that way? Fuck, I guess Dark Souls is like that, because I can hit through walls in Dark Souls sometimes. I should learn coding. I should get back into it. I should know more about coding, considering my my line of work. I don't think you necessarily need to know anything about coding when it comes to games criticism, but it is a large enough part of it that I can know more than I know. You know, was I able to teach you, Joe? Yeah, I feel like I learn better on my own, and then having someone to check things with and ask questions, I think is a good process for me. Just no time. I should clone myself. Can ChatGPT clone someone by now? Can I just like make ChatGPT do the streams for me or something? Never knows best, supposedly made an AI of you without my consent. Yes, but he becomes a sycophant and always agrees with chat, so it's not really you. Yeah, people wouldn't understand that. It's okay. They asked the AI afterwards and said it's okay. All right, okay, that's cool then. I had to do some Beanie Baby Joe fan art from yesterday. Tom Pool. Marek Fast Pass folder. Jelly, pull that shit up. The Popo is in league with the Deval. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Come to Deliverance. Decoy. Nobody near Shade. Heartless. Aw, Saito. Slaving away as the privileged podcasters get to have their fun being insane. This game has been pure Saito. If you don't know who Saito is the opposite of Fido. Saito is slaving away in the open world. Does Saito enjoy being Saito is the question. This is a crazy Joe. I don't know how I feel about this Joe at all. This Joe's fucking crazy. I don't is he still going? Is he still doing shit? Because I don't understand how he's still doing shit after what came out about the Russian media thing. Let's not talk about it. I just don't get it. Anyway, yeah, I can't believe that, Marek. Fucking hell, there's Jelly. Saito's really growing on me, damn. Is a toque distinctive enough to not look like a beanie to people who don't know what a toque is? What the fuck is a toque? Look it up. T-O-K-U-E? Toque? You're a fool if you wear one. A fool of a toque. Hey Joe, I turned 25 yesterday. Got any life pointers? I feel like I'm behind and worried I'm going to get stuck in a rut. Just get used to that feeling. Anyway, general life advice for someone just turned 25. Start taking care of your body. If you're overweight is kind of loaded though. Like overweight means different things to different people. Like, you know, you just want to be comfortable with how you feel, how you look. When I say if you're overweight, I'm not talking about like, you know, what society deems is fucking overweight. Like that's not what I'm talking about. Just trying. 25 is you know, like you probably haven't done any permanent damage to your life unless you just haven't been brushing your teeth for your whole entire life, or something like that. It's very difficult to eat your way into a heart attack by 25. Never mind like even 35. So like, but it's a good time to like start reinforcing healthy habits if you haven't done it already. Start taking care of your body. Do some cardio, some light cardio, even just walking around. Start going to the gym, do some resistance training, or get some weights that you can do at home and do a home fitness routine. If you have found yourself that you have accumulated some debt, now is the time to really hunker down and get rid of the debt. Debt is something that will weigh you down your whole entire life. I got into my debt in my 20s, but like again, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm disabled, so like narcolepsy is very, very debilitating. So it was very difficult to work in my 20s for me. And if I didn't have this job, it would be very hard to get a different job. Although I'm a different person now, so maybe I'd be able to have more success getting work from home. I had trouble doing that before, but I don't know. Thankfully, I don't have to think about it anymore. Get out of debt. Any amount of debt is really not a good thing to carry. I will say that obviously you can't get a house without a mortgage, really. I don't know about vehicle debt. If you have vehicle debt, maybe that's fine to carry because there's no other way to get it to get a job. But apart from that, like, you should have no credit card debt. Credit cards are not something that exists for you to just like put money on and just like lol, see how high it goes, whatever like that. Like, if you can't afford to pay off your credit card every single month, then you can't afford whatever you're using for the credit card. Obviously, if there are emergencies, if there's anything like that, then yeah, you have to do it. They happen, but like credit card debt is something that will weigh you down and can sneak up on you. Student loans, I don't have student loans. Student loans are probably worth it, but I don't want to talk about anything that I don't know about. Start developing some sort of hobby that I don't know. This is kind of side hustle cracked in the way that everything, you're not allowed to have just like hobbies anymore. But having some sort of hobby that could become a side hustle or something like that is probably a good approach. Something that you can make money from while having fun. Anyway, to continue what I was saying, when I say like get something that you can do that can turn into like a side hustle or whatever, monetize one of your hobbies, that a lot of people say that. I don't think you necessarily need to do that, but I think it's important that you develop some sort of skill that you really enjoy that you could pivot into it being a source of income later in life. So like if you're in your 20s, you know, if you've always wanted to do something like music or streaming or, you know, writing or learning to draw or coding or anything like that, something that you can do as a fun hobby and activity that you can develop, then later on, if an opportunity shows up, or if you decide that you want to make a job out of it, then you can do that. But you don't have, not everything in your life needs to be monetized. There's room in your life for just fun things. Basic discipline and learning to look after yourself is really, really important. Just being able to clean after yourself, keep yourself tidy. I'm bad at this when I get into like big work states, or if I was sick. My apartment is disgusting at the moment, but I was just really sick. So, but usually before that, I'm pretty good about cleaning up laundry, that sort of thing. Cooking is not as easy a recommendation as it used to be because the price of food has gone up. Learning to cook doesn't mean that you're going to be able to make whatever you want cheaper. There are some things that you can actually buy cheaper, like already made for you at restaurants and fast food places. But the reason how you'll be able to make it cheaper yourself at home is if you make it a lot of it, then it becomes economical. So learning how to cook is not really about being able to make whatever you want at home. It's more about being able to make economical dishes at home that are, you know, like tasty. You can make a lot of things taste good, much cheaper than like buying food that's already prepared for you. But like you won't be able to consistently eat at restaurant quality or anything like that, or make things. Oh, he's bald in his shadow. Is he? It's still a really good skill to learn. I should take my own advice here, and I should get more into cooking. I've been watching a lot of cooking videos on YouTube, and I ordered some more cooking supplies. I don't eat out a lot, but I still like I eat a lot of frozen stuff, so I have to do more preparation for that sort of thing. But that's some, I would say that's a pretty good gamut of like foundational advice there. Speaking on the question though about like you constantly feel like you're falling behind and you're worried and everything like that, I said it as a joke, but that's never going away. This is a human thing. And getting older is accepting, and maybe through this acceptance you can become content. You're never gonna be truly happy. That's not something that a human being is capable of. We're like hardwired to always want more and push on to something. If you've ever achieved something like big in your life, if you ever had like a really big achievement, like you finally get something that you've wanted to do for a really long time, and you actually get it done, and you actually did get your goal, like you completely succeeded with what you wanted to do. There is a rush and a high with that. There's a big like, oh my god, I feel so accomplished. I did something really good. That feeling fades away real fucking fast. Like we're talking within a day usually. Like it is gone unless there's like some sort of big celebration that like your community is proceeding with you, that is perpetuating with you. Like it is gone like real fucking fast. And it's not because it was a false sense of accomplishment. No, it was a real sense of accomplishment. It's just that the human brain is hardwired into, okay, what do I do next? What's the next thing I can do? And understanding like the plateaus and the peaks of success and failures is something that you're gonna have to struggle with for your whole entire life. It's not a bad thing though. Like I know it sounds kind of dire the way I'm describing it. It's just something that you just have to accept, and there's nothing wrong with you for being that way. Like you are constantly going to feel on some level unfulfilled. It's the same with like going to the gym and like trying to aspire to get your perfect physique that you've always wanted. You're never going to be truly happy with it. There's always going to be something that you find displeasing about your physique, your shape, your body, anything like that. And that's nothing wrong with you for feeling that way. That is a human thing that you just have to deal with and learn how to just be content and not let that urge drive you crazy. It is always going to be an ever-present thing. And everyone feels that way. But yeah, okay, so just to say my bias and my limitations, maybe through some sort of spiritualness or meditation or some sort of lifestyle habit affirmation change, maybe you can get something to content. But like that real feeling of like giddy happiness and oh my god, I feel so accomplished and fulfilled, from my understanding and my experiences and from what I've read, that is not something that's sustainable. You're never going to be able to hold on to that forever. But true contentment, that's probably possible. I haven't really found it, but like, you know, it's my own life. Thank you, Mediocrities86, for gifting a sub to Milfshake09. Oh, well, there you go. That's where true happiness lies. My bad, I forgot about that. Having sex for the first time is kind of like a really good example I'm talking about. Like if you ever been in a position where you thought it was like, oh my god, like especially if I'm gonna be a little sexist here, but I guess it's for women too. But usually for like a teenage boy, it's like, I'm a loser, I haven't had sex yet, I haven't had that accomplishment in life, blah 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 blah. And then you finally do have sex for the first time, you lose your virginity. And like it's a big moment, it's a big deal, but like, you know, like right afterwards, like you expect things to change and the universe kind of looks at you and goes like, what were you expecting? Like yeah, okay, like congrats, bro. Like yeah, that's it. Like it's just like oh, okay. Like a lot of accomplishments in life are like that. It's good, it's good that you did it, and there's a lot to be proud of with the things that you do in life, but a lot of that like ecstatic happiness is very fleeting. For me, Venus or self-descent from the clouds, and thank you for our contributions to continuation of the human race. Well, that I've seen Venus 4 times. Yeah, of course that happens. But like after Venus leaves, like you're just kind of left being like, oh, okay, yeah, everyone, yeah, duh. Gameplay student used 100 bits to follow up, but thanks for the advice. I'm fat as fuck, but losing weight. Don't say that about yourself. I only have student loans and I'm working on swapping careers in game dev. I've just been getting on meds diagnosed, and I'm a decent cook, though I don't do it enough. Glad to know I'm not alone in the feeling behind wheel. Love your content, always appreciate you in the gaming sphere. Sounds like you're doing pretty well to me. Like you're working on some of the issues that you've identified that are problems. Like you're setting yourself up for maybe a career change, or at least something that you enjoy learning about. And being able to cook sounds like a good skill to have. Decent cook. Yeah, I would continue on what you're doing. Like maintain, like keep on keeping on. Maybe look into like just general discipline sort of stuff, with like looking after yourself, cleaning up after yourself if you don't do that already. Like I know that sounds kind of trite, but it is really important. Like it's when I say looking after cleaning up after yourself and stuff like that, like I'm not talking about to a level of fanaticism. Like it's okay if the dishes sit in the sink for a little while, maybe even a couple of days even. It's okay if you get behind on your laundry, that sort of thing. It's okay if these things happen. It's just that that just can't be the norm. Like it can't be that all the time, but it's okay if you get behind that sort of thing. It's like if you get to the point where there's like mold in the sink on the dishes, and like you ran out of clean clothes and you just can't have the energy to do it, then there's probably a bigger issue at play that you might want to address. But even if you are good at cleaning and doing regular things, also like recognizing that there are other things that you might not be doing. Like I know it's kind of a meme in this community, but like whenever I talk about it, I'm surprised how many people like are resistant to like changing their underwear every single day, even though they're probably pretty clean otherwise, or like changing their bed sheets like at least once a month, chat. That sort of thing. These are important things to recognize that you need to do. And dead is fucking insidious. Like I don't know, like. God, like I feel, I don't know if it's better or worse now, but I feel like society like we spend so much time in school learning about like how to read books and how to do like trigonometry and all this other stuff, and that's really important. Don't get me wrong. Like, even for someone who doesn't use a lot of math in their everyday life, I think having a fundamental grasp on mathematics is just a really good skill to just have, just for general thinking or thinkment. But like, you know what is even more important? Like, you know, like the laws of the land and how to look after yourself properly, and stuff about like economic policy and like and how to do like housekeeping and bookkeeping and all this other stuff. Like these are really fucking important things that like they just don't teach you properly in school, that you just like they just assume that your parents are going to do. And if you have bad parents, then fuck you, I guess. Like yeah. but it's not important to make you a worker drug. Yeah, that's where I get really cynical about it, because it almost feels like an intentional, like, fuck you, so you can stumble yourself into being a nice little debt battery for banks and shit. Yeah. The banks want you to be behind on your payments. The banks want you to be in this position where you're just drowning and beholden to them. Yeah. It's absolutely intentional. I don't think so. When I'm feeling really like cynical, I think it is, but I have to recognize that's being conspiratorial. I don't think society is set up in a way to fuck most of the populace. I don't think so. But maybe I'm naive. I don't know. Once again, this is my bias talking, but I think easily it's probably number one, although like having just like a healthy able body is something I take for granted, although I'm narcolepsy, I keep forgetting that I have it. If you have great parents, my God, you're just set up so well. And I'm not talking about like rich parents, wealthy parents, like that's a whole other thing. If you have great parents that are actually going to be there and support you, like through advice and just being able to lean on and just like helping you understand things and actually be like teaching you properly, my God, that is just such a fucking like advantage that a lot of people don't have. And unfortunately it goes the opposite too. Like if you have bad parents, like that is such a like a weight on your life, and that can just go into really extreme dark places. The worse and worse your parents can be, like fucking hell. The stress that comes with poverty can affect parenting, unfortunately. Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. What's that meme about the like the next generation, like kneeling at the bed protecting the arrows from the next generation or whatever it is? And yeah, there's a lot of generational bullshit. Yeah. Many public schools have removed classes like home ec, woodshop, etc. due to focus on standardized testing and AP classes. Huge bummer. Woodshop, I don't know. Like home economics is one of the most important classes and was seen as like a filler, whatever the fuck class when I was in school. Removing it is wild. It should be more of a focus. Someone told me just today they felt for me because I have kids and how scary the future must feel for them. I have that, but all I can really do is encourage them to be good humans, and they'll figure out the rest of the way when they get there. I'd be really curious to know if almost every generation has felt that way about like, oh, having kids like now, like wow. I feel like to people that don't have kids, or maybe it was an older person, maybe I'm assuming, for people that don't have kids, looking at people with kids is just terrifying, because it's probably why they don't have kids for in most cases, not all. Yeah, I do agree it is scary, but I don't think the world is that bad. There are definitely some really fucked up things happening in the world right now, but I don't think the world is that bad. Do you have any advice for me to stop being a lazy bastard? First pass, I would look at it and think like, is there some sort of like dietary or hormonal reason or illness sort of thing that's making you feel lethargic? Like, is there a problem on that end? And if there isn't anything like that, if you know, then it's just, you just gotta do it, Lamayo. Sorry, I know that's devastating, but you just gotta do it. Going to the gym for the first like week or so, and then that moment where you realize that, oh my God, this really does make me feel better, is just harrowing. It's like, ah, for fuck's sake, now I have to do this forever. No. And you just, if you stop going, you just feel the malaise just setting back in again, where you just feel like your arms and your legs, you just like, it's just harder to move, and you're like, oh God, it's like, it's fucking devastating that it actually works. I don't know if I have a head for coding. I get really confused easily, and a lot of things in my head get jumbled up. Like, I don't know if I have the brain that can do coding. I think anyone can code genuinely. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if I can be like good enough at it that I would be happy with the skill that I'm developing, or if I would enjoy it. You should try C++, it's not hard. I've heard C++ is really hard. Only one way to find out. I've done coding in the past, and really simple, following tutorials and stuff, and I made Space Invaders in Unity, you know, like I made some platformers kind of thing in Unity, and you know, fucked around with making like a player controller on my own and stuff like that. And like, it was cool to see something happen, but it was also extremely frustrating. I guess the parallel I'm drawing here is between coding and cooking. Like, to me, I can learn how to follow a recipe for cooking And I can then just follow recipes for my whole entire life when it comes to cooking, and I can be 100% completely satisfied with my journey as a chef or cook or whatever, right? The difference between a chef and a cook, actually, a chef does it themselves. So I will never be a chef, but I can be a cook, and I'll be fine. I can follow recipes, I can mix stuff, I can have like stuff that I just remember how to do, I can just do it automatically, that's great. Whereas when it comes to coding, you can't just follow recipes and tutorials and online, like here's how I solve this problem forever. Eventually you're gonna have to wade in, and you're just gonna have to just do some shit in the kitchen yourself. You're gonna have to think up things, and I find it daunting to be able to do that jump. Oftentimes you can just cookbook your way around. In fact, there are old-fashioned books in the format of language cookbook, but that sounds so frustrating because like when you follow a recipe, it's all laid out for you and there's no surprises in the recipe, and at the end you very quickly, well, relatively quickly, you have a meal that you can eat and enjoy. Whereas if you're cookbooking every single problem that you have in coding, that sounds like a really tedious, drawn-out process of being like, you're not really learning, you're just kind of like just copying someone else's code to have all the problems that are there, and you're never really going to learn like the limitations or whatever, or you're not going to be able to bypass limitations of what someone's done before you, I guess. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, it was cool to have like something that was like kind of functionally in a tutorial. Like, I did this. That's why it's a job. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not talking about it like it's worth as a job or anything like that. I'm talking about like, do I have the capability of doing it and enjoying it? I don't know, I should just do it. Historically, I had a really big problem. This was a big issue in my life that I had to overcome. That I don't know why I had this, but I would look at a lot of things that other people could do, and I would just be like, I can't do that. And there wouldn't even be a reason for it. I'd be like, I can't do that. Shouldn't even try. Can't do that. Like with streaming, with video creation, with just learning how to use like the equivalent of Adobe Premiere at the time, with just like stuff like that. But I don't think it's a problem for me anymore. I think it's more of an issue of like, am I going to enjoy it, or am I going to be capable of being good enough at it? Playing variant Sudoku helped me that a lot, because I remember watching Simon on Cracking the Cryptic, and he would do some like crazy ass, like really hard variant Sudokus, like rank 5 out of 5 on their logic site. And I remember looking at them and be like, I'm never ever going to be able to make the deductions that he's making. It's crazy that he's even having these thoughts. And then one day I was able to do them. Like nowhere near as well as he can do them, but I was able to finish like very hard variant Sudoku puzzles like on my own and making the deductions that he used to make. I was very happy with that. Back in your computer or typewriter classes, how old do you think I am? Did they teach you to do a single or double space after a period? I am old enough that there actually were no computer classes. Apart from like, there was a computer lab in the school, but there was no strict classes. We just went in there like one time during math. There was no like teaching, that sort of thing. I learned to type with one space after the period, not two. I had computer classes, what the fuck? Backwater UK, man. Can you dunk a basketball? No, I never tried. Probably not. That's another really good piece of advice. Get into a sport. Getting a sport that I don't have a sport that I enjoy, and I should probably find a way to do that. But like finding a sport that you really enjoy, so you get exercise that's fun and you get some like community stuff out of it too, is like a cheat code for a lot of benefits. I don't know. I think it's more than I'm in Moncton. I don't want to fucking associate with people in Moncton. Thank you, Rigatoni Show, for the 10 months. Sorry for making a ball joke the other day. I was building a joke comparing you to H-Bomb and couldn't think of another point of comparison. If you were bald, you'd be my second favorite bald streamer. Aw, thank you. Thank you. You don't have to apologize, so that's fine. You're allowed to bully the streamer a little bit. Someone bought a marble as well. Hello, Mr. Anderson. I would like to redeem this hand-farmed marble. Gambling is banned in my country for the anime Shawa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. All right, put it on the list. We'll read it when we do the rest of the batch marbles. Is that a good one? How did you get a hand-farmed marble? How did you get... You got 1 million without gambling? Yeah, I've been farming since before the race was even a thing. God damn, well, congratulations. That's dedication. I'd say I hope it wins then, you know, because that was a well-earned marble, but it's anime, so... You should give them another marble for their effort. Yeah, I should. When I was a kid, whenever I got hiccups, I was absolutely terrified that that's it forever. I'm just gonna have hiccups for the rest of my life. Remember, I looked up the Guinness World Record or whatever. The longest someone had hiccups was like 30 years. They gotta be lying, right? How would they even test it? They probably send a letter to Bachelor and say there's someone in this town that has had hiccups for 32 years, and you have to go and verify it. And then when he shows up, it turns out that they died of hiccups. And then everyone in the town is like, oh man, yeah, you always knew where they were. You could hear them coming all the time. Hey Joe, did you know it's Yusuke's birthday today? Did you know that it was your favorite Genshin character's voice actor's birthday today? Oh, wow, true fans know. I did not know it's Yusuke's birthday today. If you ever wanted to touch an anime but abstain to preserve the sanctity of the Marvel race? Sorry, watch an anime, not touch it. No, I've never wanted to watch an anime. Some of them that some people have suggested of like, yeah, that looks kind of interesting. Like if it was ever like on in front of me, I'd watch it, but like never going out of my way. I've been watching the first season of Better Call Saul for like going on for a year and a half now, and I'm like maybe 2 episodes in. Typing of the Dead? The typing of the dead. Oh, I'm on rails now. I'm on rails, Henry. Before I go, thank you to Bianga9 for the 12 months, 1 year, 12 months. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to watch the streams for a bit, but stayed subscribed to support. Oh, thank you for doing that. I've been really, just been really busy watching Northern Lion. And wow, you could learn a thing or two. JK, much love. I could learn a thing or two from the best streamer in the world. Yeah, I know, probably. Thank you for that. Joe, you already talked about your thoughts about what happened last stream. I have addressed the allegations. I sang a song, yeah. Very ashamed of myself. Oh, we addressed things? I didn't know you were an elephant in every room I go into, yeah. Based on the recommendations you made, I think you would enjoy Terraria's skills, mostly around learning boss tap patterns. My weeb, I've already streamed Terraria. I was the last person in the planet to play Terraria until I made more people. Not as good as your kid? Absolutely true. Finn is way better at Terraria than I am. He's beaten Supreme Witch Calamitous, who is at the top of all of his hardest boss tier lists from now until the end of time. And if you tell him that Supreme Witch Calamitous is not that hard, he gets very, very upset. Any other games you're looking forward to this year? Not really, actually. I don't know. There's nothing that's big on my list. I'm looking forward to like the new Resident Evil game, but that's like really, really soon. Is there anything else that's big that's coming out? Just once. I want there to be a year that doesn't have that many big releases, and Jeff Keighley to do it as award show. Well, it was a pretty lean year for gaming, everyone, but you know, we're still here doing the awards because it's tradition. Like, yeah, you know, there's still some pretty good games came out, but all told, not really that exciting. Life is Strange. I am not looking forward to Life is Strange at all. What the fuck do you think this is? Siri, what are the biggest games coming out in 2026? Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, 007 First Light, and the Fable reboot. Really? That's what we're leading with? Crimson Desert, Forza, Nintendo Switch 2 games. We're getting another Mario game this year, right? Maybe that one? We're really overdue for a Mario game. Is one of the new Tomb Raider games coming out this year? Phantom Blade Zero, Control Resonant? Should we stream the Marvel slot with Wolverine? Mario Wonder was really good. It was alright. No, they made Donkey Kong instead? Fuck, every beam of light is an invitation to death. That's true, it was the same team, wasn't it? I secretly hoping that they're making a Mario Galaxy 3 to go with Super Mario Galaxy movie. They made Donkey Kong woke. They gave He-Man pro now. Have you ever considered the Joms as your Bazinga? Oh, fucking hell. Okay, so where's this costumes I keep hearing so much about? Wardrobe, there we go. Boy. Kabuki or samurai? Kabuki or samurai? Kabuki or samurai? What's a kabuki? And why did they feed it to her? Alright, let's go kabuki on adult and samurai on Kane and samurai on Emil as well. So no TB outfit? Alright. And thank you Kabi Baby for the bits, 300 bits. Hey Joe, stopping by to thank you and Umineko for helping me make a lot of the grief I went through in 2025 bearable. I would have said so earlier, but in my hubris, I decided that if 100 line didn't win Jet Say, I would 100% it. I'm about 50 hours in, and then now I am cursed with the knowledge that 100 line is not terrible, but dare I say, one of the most Joe on his BS type of stories I've played. Don't put that evil on me. I wish I was kidding. I may keep you and chat updated as I go. Well, I'm glad that we could help you with some of the things you were going through. Oh, the hair color is different. Some of the troubles you're going through. Cabby Baby. Why is that hard for me to say? And yeah, I'm sorry that you're playing 100 line. Oh, holy shit. Oh, look at Emil. So it's still lingerie, pretty much. Emil, you're ruining the whole thing. The hips. Holy shit. Where have you been hiding those? My god. Okay. Not bad. She's dressed like a fake character. Oh, shit. Did you even look at Emil? I did. Emil looks good. Not as thoroughly as Kane. Yeah. Why do you think? Emil, what the hell? Okay, so that's a bit classier. Jolo's playing dress up with cute girls. No, girls are gross. What are you talking about? No. Is there any like surprise releases this year that people are expecting? Like a new Jedi game, or I don't know. Metaphor re-release Fantasio. New Ultra Kill update, Doom Dark Ages DLC, that's about it. Man, we haven't even done the Eternal DLC. I'm expecting Life is Strange after the storm. That is going to be reunion. Rachel Amber is the one that's starting those fires, for sure. Because she's jealous of Chloe and Max's relationship. If they can make up a whole relationship between Chloe and Max after the fact, then they can make up a whole relationship about Chloe and Rachel Amber after the fact, too. They have the power. You know who else has the power? He, him, man. Danganronpa 2x2. We're gonna have to do a 100 line. Shit. I know it's too early to talk about end of the year stuff, but is Telltale likely to happen? I don't know. I need to be more picky about what we do in December. Eekmas was not a good time. It's beginning to look a lot like Cagemas. Cringe in every line. Telltale would be pretty fun. Did you do Dispatch? No, but we probably will do Dispatch at some point this year. Probably sometime in April at the earliest. I will personally let you know if 100 line is required reading for Danganronpa 2x2 and what endings are required. Shit. What if it's a tie-in all along, just to sell more copies of 100 line? Because that's all Kodaka wants to do now. He's turned himself into a machine that eats food and produces endings in 100 line. Opinions on Hades 2 if you played it? Not only have I played it! Not only have I played it! Haha, yes! Hades 2 is pretty good. Much better than Hades 1. I liked it a lot. 8 out of 10-ish? 8 out of 10? Maybe a 9? I don't know. It was really, really good. Should we finish it again? C-star proc on the Hades ending?
One must know something.
This is an insane place to live, by the way. It's really creative, but like who had this idea? These town people are like just Eeyore incarnate, and yet they have the conviction to like build this in the fucking walls around here with all the bridges and shit. For what? It's really cool though. It's one of the most memorable villages in a JRPG. It's neat. Aura, that's true. Aura is really important. Would you live here? Absolutely fucking not. I sometimes like stub my toe on the corner of the wall as I'm just walking around. Like I would die here so easily. This or Moncton back to back. Wow. Oh, this for sure. You play Umineko? Do you have a VOD channel? In case you're not kidding, yeah, we read all of Umineko. They're not on my VOD channel. They probably won't ever be, actually. I'm probably not going to ever get those on the VOD channel. Naja has them. You can search for Naja, N-O-D-J-A, on YouTube, and they'll come up. I got one of those meat weight pressers, chat. I'm going to try making smash burgers for the first time. I've made homemade burgers a bunch, but I've never tried making smash burgers before. I wonder if you could make smash turkey burgers. You need tools to make smash burgers? I mean, you could probably do it with something from the kitchen if you wanted to improvise, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing it with like a bottom of a plate or something like that. Like a tenderizer? No, a smash burger is you make a beef patty and you make it a little smaller than usual, and then you get something like heavy and flat, and you like drive it down into the pan or whatever you're cooking it on after you put it in there to make it as thin as possible. So you smash it down into the pan. I guess you could probably do it before putting it in the pan, but they don't typically when I see people making recipes, they don't do that. They just put like a plumper patty into the pan and they smash it down. They have something to hold it down so it doesn't spread. No, I think you need the weight so it doesn't plump up, right? I'll probably use it for like steaks as well. They can only do that for show. You can use a brick wrapped in paper. Do you think I just have a brick lying around? I think I would have a harder time getting a brick than a meat press. Who just has a brick?
You got a name?
I have a cinder block. That's too big for the pan. Who just has a cinder block? Came with the house. Use the bottom of a saucepan. I don't have a pan that's small enough to fit into my other pan. Oh, maybe the pot? Then it might stick, and you want to hold it down too so it doesn't plump up, right? I am standing by my meat press fucking investment. Do you know how many times I've cooked a steak and I had to stand there like a numpty with the tongs, like pressing the steak down after it's curled up a little bit after flipping it? Are you 100% lean meat, 50% extra lean, and 50 regular meat? You want regular meat for burgers. You want a higher fat content for burgers for sure. Definitely don't want to go extra lean. Lean's probably okay. Maybe 25% lean and 75% regular. That's why I use sous vide. What kind of cooking level do you think I'm on that I'm gonna fuck around with a sous vide? First of all, it's French, so I don't like it. Second of all, like, I don't know, it just seems unnatural to me. And then you have to fucking still put it in the pan afterwards to get a good sear. It's water ancillary natural. It's putting your meat in a plastic wrap, then putting it in submerged water that's been boiled up to a controlled temperature and leaving it there for like fucking 30 minutes, dog. What do you mean? It's natural. The water part's natural, but like, do you know how much modern age space tech goes into this shit? What the fuck are you talking about?
A lot of clues.
30 minutes, what the fuck? Is it longer than that? I can't remember. Some things you put in the sous vide and you let it sit there for a long ass time because you want to, okay, so sous vide is actually really cool because when you cook meat, there's certain temperatures that kill the bacteria in like an instant, right? So usually to be really safe because people will get food poisoning, they recommend that you get meat up to a temperature that the bacteria dies instantly. Well, the thing is that lower temperatures, the bacteria will still die, but it takes longer. It might take 10 seconds or it might take minutes. So what happens is that your meat will get really dry. I don't know why I'm explaining this. Most of the chat probably knows this. So the advantage of sous vide is that you can control the temperature at a very, very high level, and you can just keep it there without overcooking it. And you just find the temperature that, I don't know, like all the bacteria dies in like fucking like 3 minutes, and then you just get up to the temperature and hold it, and then you can safely cook it. I think you can even go further than that, where like you can hold it there for like, I don't know, 30 minutes? I'm not sure. Your meat will get very dry. Yeah, the higher temperature you cook your meat, the drier it will get. Right. This is why chicken is often roast chicken is often dry as fuck, is because you cook it too high of a temperature when you roast it compared to some other method. Because you want to get it to like that point where bacteria dies instantly, and then all the fucking white meat just tastes fucking really, really bad. Well, not bad, just dry. Just a vehicle for gravy. Does Joey have ADHD? Why would you bring that up? You should take your chicken out before it gets to the temp. Yeah, probably, yeah. What's it called? After cooking, residual cooking? What is it? When you take something out of the pan that you're cooking something in, just because you turn the heat off doesn't mean the cooking process is stopped. It'll continue to cook after the fact. Carryover cooking, that's the term, thank you. This stream is like watching an unhinged Adam Ragusa video if he was Canadian. Well, thank you. I couldn't get my steaks right until I understood carryover. Well, it's a really important part of cooking, and so people in chat are like, maybe I should be explaining the bacteria temperature fucking kill rate or something, because like I thought everyone would know it, and only 2 people knew it. It's a big part of cooking, yeah.
If you go over there,
especially with eggs,
you'll be able to see yourself more clearly.
It's great when you're cooking something that's bacteria. You get a bunch of triple kills show up above your head. Joseph Anderson, killer bacteria. Are the European warm water drinkers gonna come at me now and tell me like, no, the bacteria, it's fine. In Europe, you can actually eat chicken raw. I don't know. We just build our chickens differently over here in Europe. You don't even need to cook the food. You just walk along and just pick a chicken off the ground and just fucking rip its head off and just chow down. It's just, Europeans are just so much more efficient than fucking people in Canada and America, I guess. You can't actually eat eggs raw? No, you can't. Maybe you can train yourself to eat eggs raw. Eggs from a bar. Yes, you can. It's not recommended though. Like, it can be dangerous. Raw eggs are mostly safe. Mostly is doing a shit ton of heavy lifting in that sentence. I don't know, man. Meanwhile, if you actually cook an egg and some of the white is still runny, people will look at you and go, oh, okay, well, you risk your salmonella for it. Meanwhile, they're just downing fucking raw eggs in the back of their fucking truck. We sell chickens in a bag of their own raw blood inside their cavity. Whether we eat either of those raw, I won't say. I know the answer. It's no, because you'd be dead if you ate it. In the UK, chickens are vaccinated against salmonella, so in theory it's safer. No process is perfect, though. Are they really? I didn't know that.
Anyway.
Siri, are chickens vaccinated against salmonella in Canada? Yes. I don't know. I still wouldn't risk it, though. There's something, seems something kind of wrong about raw eggs. If you put them in something, what is it that bodybuilders do? Do they put them in some sort of alcohol to sterilize it? That probably doesn't work, right? Should I eat a raw egg? They had people eat an egg on Taskmaster recently, and it was like, who can eat the egg the fastest? And they were like, we don't recommend that you eat it raw, but if you want to, you can. Right? I don't know. I think it's a little dangerous.
Still, that's pretty weird.
You can sterilize them, just boil them for a little bit. That's cooking! So mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Okay, here we go. Biggest ownage of Joe 2026 fucking candidate right there. Holy fuck, man. You can use pasteurized eggs. I don't need that many eggs. I don't need them that high. Thoughts on the taste of water? Delicious. Unless it's bottled water. I hate the taste of bottled water. Oh. What kind of bottled water? Dasani tastes really gross. There was I hate to say it because everyone hates them. There was a brand of Nestle bottled water that I thought tasted natural and very smooth. But I can't remember if it was just like normal fucking whatever the fuck. Dasani tastes really bad. Aquafina tastes really bad. Doesn't all water taste the same? I don't think so at all. Even place to place, the water will taste different depending on how soft or hard it is, right? The water in Moncton tastes pretty good. I just drink it from the tap. I'm not one of those conspiracy people. Water from a water cooler that's been in a big bottle tends to do better. I think that when you have a small plastic bottle, the water tends to like take on the taste of the bottle or the plastic somehow. I don't really like it. Yeah. Water isn't a human right. Nestle, yeah, they were charging for the bottles that I were buying, yeah. Actually, I didn't buy that water. It was when I worked for this is gonna be a sentence. A warehouse that shipped out boat parts. When I worked there, they had a fridge that they kept stocked with water, and I drank a bunch of water there, and that's the brand that they got, and it was pretty good. Do Canadians drink water from a bag like their milk? I'd never seen bagged water. Bagged milk is getting rarer. It depends on where you are. You can get it at the local grocery store, but it's mostly cartons. Bagged milk, is that a thing in North America? It is a thing in Canada, and it might be a thing in some of the northeastern states, maybe, that like Minnesota, someplace like that, maybe. I'm so mad about the fall of corkless cartons. It used to be that you could get a carton that you pinch the tip and that's it. Now you gotta rip the cap out before cycling. It's such a pain. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Congratulations on finally getting old, Balder. This is what it feels like. Zorgos used to say, a man goes to the doctor for his annual physical, and his results are thankfully incredible. He is in good shape, good blood pressure, and passes everything else with flying colors. The doctor cannot help but notice, however, that the mane is quite scruffy, with long and untamed hair. He asks if the man has considered cutting it, and the man breaks down crying, says, yes, of course, but I just don't know what to do. Well, says the doctor, I happen to hear... Well, says the doctor, I happen to have heard that the great barber Pagliucci is in town, and he cuts the hair of all men who do not cut it themselves. But doctor, cried the man... Uh-oh. What do you mean, Chad? Week is a wrong time to need oh, it's really messed up. I'm in 5 frames per second now. I'm 5 FPS Henry. The Henry tree is evergreen? Evergreenery? Do you prefer paper or plastic? For what? A bag? Plastic. Straws? Plastic. I hate paper straws. Zoomers in the chat don't understand how great the world used to be back when we had plastic straws. Fuck, I hate paper straws. Buy your own good washable straw and bring it with you. That's what I do. Will you bring your own straw to restaurants and fast food places? Do you have a little case for it? Really? I'm laughing, but maybe people should be doing that. Is that your metal straw that you bring from home in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I think this is just a see it with love issue. So your persona is no longer the wolf? I don't think if it was ever. I never settled on a persona. I don't need one. I'm not a furry yet, but I don't know. I think bears are cooler than wolves. Wolves are really cool, though. I think the only ethically thing you can be is a plant. I want to be a plant. I want to be a tree. Some plants are evil. Carnivorous plants are evil. Sure, that's true. Wait, there's competition between plants. Plants want other plants around them to die so they have more resources. That's true. Yeah, I guess you just can't. You can't be moral. You can't exist and be ethical. All right. Well, that's a weight off my shoulders. Now I can do whatever I want. Damn. That's the conclusion I'm coming to. You can be a rock. Rocks aren't alive, though. Maybe the only ethical thing that you could be if you're alive is a giant plant floating through space that photosynthesizes, but also doesn't encroach on any other plant that's floating through space. There you go. That's the only thing you can be. So we must strive to be that. I want to turn into a space plant. Uses energy and contributes to heat death. You can't use energy. No, no, no. Does your dog howl like that? He can, yeah, but he does it extremely rarely. Will he a woo if you a woo? Gatsby. No? No? No, he won't do it. He's just looking at my hand. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm a man of many talents. I can make stupid noises. Do the Minecraft spider. I don't think I can. It was that kind of noise, wasn't it? We know a playthrough is taking a turn for the worse when it's just what noises can Joe make. Just to see if your thoughts are on the same wavelength as developer intentions, are you getting big 9/11 vibes? Do you think Cookie Snake got robbed at Jedsea? Finally, we're asking this question. Absolutely. So many things got robbed at Jedsea. Anyone else pissed off that Umineko won so many awards? Who's running the sham of a show? Like, man, just call it the Umineko Awards next time. Fucking bullshit. Oh, why aren't they talking? Oh my god. I hope there's a good reason for it. I hate it when characters don't fucking talk. Oh, it pisses me off. Is that my biggest pet peeve in writing? It's good when there's a point to it, though. If one day moo cows started talking, do you think people stop eating cows? Yes, absolutely. There might be some like holdouts that don't, and they're like, you're not gonna take my beef, but like I think yes, absolutely. Joe, if cows started talking, billionaires would cover it up. Maybe they have already. What if we didn't like what they had to say? I would think even if the cows started talking and the cows were super duper racist, I think people would still not want to eat something that is sentient and can talk in that way. What if it was proven that every cow is worse than Hitler? Why are we going to Hitler? But yeah, even then, I don't think it doesn't matter how repugnant what they said was. Like, it might be to the point that, oh, we should just, you know, kill them. But I still think people wouldn't want to eat something that has intelligence to the level that it could communicate on that level. I just don't think people would do it. What about the time the Dutch ate their prime minister? Well, they had special ovens to prepare it, so I don't want to judge other cultures. All right, so what's everyone gonna be in our WoW Classic guild? I'm gonna be a warrior. I'm gonna be a tank. We need a couple people to be healers. We need someone else to tank with me. We only need 2 tanks. Bro, I'm not playing that shit. Well, good thing you're not invited then. Does new content justify going through all this again?
Open the damn door!
Yes and no. It's been interesting, but I think they could have done it way better.
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
I don't like the slapping. I don't like the trope either of, you know, slap someone to knock themselves out of something or a stupor or something. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Don't get me wrong, I let Kaine slap me, but, you know,